polls are done, they know what church you go to by the time you get to the poll. So it's or if you go to church.
We got to we have to take a commercial break, but when we come back, let's talk a little bit about polls and let's talk a little bit about money, and let me get your thoughts on that. We'll be right back after these brief messages with my good friend John Matthews. If you want to increase your client base and sales, then consider this, the Relationship Building Network at RBN. Given the current economic conditions and challenges, we all need to work smarter, make smarter decisions, invest our hard-earned dollars where it'll yield the best return for our investment. Many business professionals claim that the most effective networking group in Orange County is RBN. No other networking group or organization can offer what RBN offers. Make every year your best year. Join RBN and start reaping the benefits today. Nearly 3,000 businesses have joined RBN and experienced those benefits. Why join RBN? It's one group. It's one membership. It's no renewals. It's all through Orange County. RBN is a freestyle networking group, no mandatory attendance, no restrictions, no rules, and no penalties. Call them at 949-830-5776 or go to their website at rbninfo.com. That's 949-830-5776. If you've ever dreamed of having your own business to make your life secure, Water's Edge Wineries might be just the ticket. In 2004, their founder, Ken Lineberger, created the first winery franchise in California. It was a new concept with all of the functionality of a traditional winery, but without the vineyards. They purchased high-quality grape must from one of the largest winemaking companies in the world. Then they craft each wine carefully and bottle it right at their location. The winery was built to satisfy consumer demand for wine by the bottle and by the glass, but still kept the element of allowing customers to bottle their own custom vintage. Now, they're opening urban wineries across the United States under the brand Water's Edge Wineries. If you've ever dreamed of owning your own winery, it may be in reach right now through Water's Edge Wineries. Just give them a call at 909-468-9463, extension 700. That's Water's Edge Wineries, 909-468-9463. Have you ever found yourself caught between a rock and a hard place? The law offices of Blomberg, Benson, and Garrett might be just the answer for you. The attorneys of Blomberg, Benson, and Garrett have been serving the Inland Empire since 1989. They're dedicated to the aggressive litigation of civil, criminal, and real estate matters. Over the years, they have recovered tens of millions of dollars for their clients. The firm's practice specializes in litigation of personal injury, accident, slip and fall, real estate, and criminal law cases. The firm provides clients with the care, accuracy, and dedication of experienced attorneys. Blomberg, Benson & Garrett is located at 10300 4th Street, Suite 150 in Rancho Cucamonga, California. They've been providing the Inland Empire residents with outstanding legal services for over 25 years. They look forward to providing you with aggressive legal representation. Call them at 909-945-5000, where you can talk to a person, not a machine. That's 909-945-5000, the law offices of Blomberg, Benson, and Garrett. And now let's get back to our show where we talk about politics, money, and you. And I am Robert Cardoza. You're listening to Robert Cardoza live on the street at the intersection of business and politics. I'm talking to my good friend John Matthews, and I want you to know that John has his own show, broadcasts on many, many different stations. He is on Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time. You can go right to his website at theconservativesyndicate.net, and if he's live, you'll be able to pick it up live right there, but you can also listen to all of his archive shows right there, and you don't want to miss John. You know what, whether you happen to agree with him or you don't agree with him, the one thing he's going to do is he's going to be honest about his opinion and what he thinks and why he thinks that, and he'll give you food for thought, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that. So John, I was going to take you into one direction, but I think we'll move in another direction, and I know you would like to talk about what's going on in Iran and these negotiations and things. So why don't I give you the microphone for a little bit, and then we'll have a discussion about it.
Well, I think that, once again, this sleight of hand that we see from this administration in terms of what this Iran deal is and what it isn't and who's got the authority to negotiate it and who doesn't and all this other stuff, this is just, this is typical Obama tactics, is to just bring so much confusion into the issue that it just allows him pretty much to do whatever he wants to, and by the time people figure it out, he'd stand up in front of his teleprompter going, well, this is what I did. What are you going to do about it? That's the over general, attitude and strategy that anything this guy does. But when you look at the thing I keep trying to emphasize to people when we're all panicky and paranoid right now. Oh, we're on our way to Armageddon and everything else. That may be true, but the point is that what we're arguing over right now is nothing more than an agreement that we need to agree on an agreement. There's nothing on paper. The ideas are being floated around. But what really has caught my eye is Congress, coming out with this Senate Foreign Relations Committee, 19 unanimous votes that they want the final say on whatever deal Obama comes up to, and it just completely circumvents what the Senate is supposed to do. And what they've basically done is they've completely reversed the separation of powers. What they've done is say, well, instead of us being in the negotiations and telling you what we want as the United States, we'll sit back and let you do what you want, and then we'll tell you whether we approve of it or not. And so what they've basically done is they are now in a position where they have to choose whether or not to veto what Barack Obama ends up putting on the table, rather than them submitting something to Obama and him vetoing it. And the advantage that Obama has now is that Congress would need a 2/3 supermajority to do that. That's 67 senators. Now, right now, everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, we want you to walk away from a bad deal." But I guarantee you that once Obama says, "This is what I'm going to do," people like Barbara Boxer, who's part of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, is going to say, "Okay, I'm in." Right now she's saying, "Oh well, we want to make sure that we have a say so," and she doesn't care. The woman's on her way out. She's not running for re-election.
Well, don't you think, though, that there's a lot more posturing going on now, too, John? I mean, yesterday on your show, we talked about the fact that, Netanyahu is not going to allow Iran to get a nuclear bomb. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Today, in the Associated Press, Putin came out and said that under no circumstances was he going to not complete the deal with Iran to sell them this missile defense system. However, that he thought that it was time for Russia and the United States to get off the warpath and get back on trying to be allies and friends again. There's a lot of posturing going on behind the scenes, and I don't really know that this issue that's going on with the Congress isn't just kind of keeping our minds off of what the reality is of what's really going on. I think what's going to happen is if they don't cut some kind of a meaningful, realistic deal, regardless what it is, I really believe that Benjamin Netanyahu is going to eliminate Iran. He's going to go after them and just finish this thing, because Iran's not going to be happy until Israel has been decimated.
Well, I think you're right there. I think what's happening, the other thing that's happening behind the scenes, I mean, obviously Putin right now is trying to blackmail the United States over the Ukraine issue by saying, hey, I'm going to give arms to Iran. That kind of gives him a little bit more leverage. It puts a little bit more fear in the minds of some people. I think what is probably going on, and a lot of people aren't paying attention to, is the talks that are actually going on behind closed doors between Egypt and Israel. I think they're sitting back there going, because Egypt doesn't want any part of this. Saudi Arabia doesn't want any part of this. I think they're all sitting around going, hey, you know what? If this happens this way, hey, we'll kind of slide you the money, or we'll do whatever we have to do to make sure this happens. And Israel's going, yeah, well, we don't mind being the hitman. We have justification for it. So I think there's things going on there that people aren't even paying attention to right now. And so, yeah, I would find a little axis of, for lack of a better term, the parallel to the axis of evil. Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Israel get together and say, hey, we're going to stop this. So I think that's as much a possibility, probably more of a possibility than us actually coming up with an agreement that's worth anything. Obama's going to do what he wants to do. And the other thing we need to really keep in the forefront is Iran is saying, basically, one, we're not negotiating with your Senate, and we're not really negotiating with America. We're negotiating with the P5+1. So They're saying we're negotiating with the international community, and you guys either toe the line, or piss off. That's really what's going to happen in terms of that. So Obama's just trying to, find his spot at the UN someplace. I don't know whether it be the janitor or whatever, but he's trying to do something to make a reputation with those people. So, I don't think Obama has any interest in this at all, except what he can benefit from it politically. So the guy's never proven to me that he does anything for the good of anybody else. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I think Congress or the Senate has really given away their power, and two, they put themselves in another situation similar to the government shutdown situation. We got 30 days to figure out what we agree on, and that ain't going to happen.
No, you know what? Matter of fact, when we come back from this commercial message, let's actually talk about that a little bit. We'll be right back with John Matthews and his Conservative Syndicate right after these brief messages. Don't go away. Isn't it time to shine the spotlight on your expertise? The Interview, starring you. Here's your chance to capture 5 minutes of fame with The Interview. This isn't just any interview. This is your opportunity to showcase your expertise and position yourself as a trusted expert in a one-on-one video interview hosted by Robert Cardoza, host of the nationally syndicated show Robert Cardoza Live and powered by AHA Studios. What is it? A professionally recorded video for your use. Robert Cardoza interviews you on the set where he records his show. Professional interview showcases your expertise and value, shot in a state-of-the-art studio. And what's in it for you? Gain credibility as an expert, earn the trust of your target market, educate in a way that intrigues your audience, gain a powerful marketing tool that offers dozens of uses, website, video sharing sites, social media, email, DVDs, direct mail, lobby video, resumes, profile building, all that kind of stuff. Association with the nationally syndicated celebrity. That's right. And let's talk about AHA Studios. AHA is a strategic marketing firm that leverages the powerful in visual persuasion to help your business create powerful messages that connect with your target market. AHA ventures way beyond strategy, delivering the marketing collateral you need to start driving a new business through your doors. AHA has a full-service, in-house, state-of-the-art production studio to bring your messages to life using video. Discover how to make The Interview work for you. Call 949-831-2222. That's 949-831-2222. AHA Image Studios, Incorporated. Dr. Stephen Tidwell, Gentle Family Dentistry in a caring, personalized environment. Here at Dr. Tidwell's office, we are dedicated to helping you keep your teeth healthy. We are a state-of-the-art dental practice that still believes in traditional values, such as excellent customer service and individual attention. We have a special welcoming offer for you for just $39, a complete exam, personal consultation, professional cleaning, and all necessary x-rays. That's a $266 value for $39. Dr. Tidwell has 2 convenient locations and experienced staff to provide you with professional care and personal attention that you deserve. Call today. Don't delay. A great smile another day. Call 909-944-7308. That's 909-944-7308 for Rancho Cucamonga or San Bernardino. Joel Saltzman is Dr. Wireless. He has turned his considerable expertise into consumer credit risk and wireless security into a highly specialized independent web-based consulting enterprise targeting consumer credit risk analysis and wireless transactional security and monitoring. He works as a wireless analyst, veteran independent agent, and consumer liaison for most wireless telecom carriers and equipment manufacturers. For more than 20 years, corporate and private clients and media audiences have counted on his unvarnished advice while weighing the technology, performance, and cost differences between Sprint, Nextel, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Joel specializes in setting up mobile wireless hotspots to be used for disaster preparedness, business continuity, and mobile wireless merchant processing solutions. Call Dr. Wireless at 310-400-4900 or go to his webpage at drwireless.com. Again, call 310-400-4900 or his webpage at drwireless.com. You'll be glad you did. And now, back to our show. And I am Robert Cardoza. You're listening to Robert Cardoza Live on the street at the intersection of business and politics. We're talking to my good friend John Matthews at the Conservative Syndicate. John, we were talking about all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes and all the manipulation that's going on. And just before we went on our commercial break, you were starting to talk about Congress wanting this 30 days to evaluate what was actually going to happen in this deal. Let's expand on that a little bit.
Well,